Hello, my name is Deon Scheepers and I'm the Sales Operations Manager for Interactive Intelligence in Africa. Africa, you might think, is a strange reason for us talking about this, but we literally opened an office in Africa about 3 years ago, specifically looking at how we can take our products and our solutions to market. But let's talk about Interactive Intelligence before we go on. Interactive Intelligence is a software solutions provider. So we develop software that's primarily focused around 3 key areas. First of all, unified communications. And in unified communications, we refer to telephony, IP telephony, voicemail, messaging, conferencing, presence, those kinds of things, which is typically your business user environment. The second part of our focus, and by far the biggest part of our business, is contact center solutions. And in contact center solutions, we talk about a whole range of modules or functions within that space, from automatic call distribution, multi-skilling, skills-based routing, IVR, self-service, speech recognition, outbound dialer campaigns, dialer solutions, workforce optimization, recording, multimedia recording, content management. There's actually a whole range of software modules that we've created in order to position ourselves strongly in that marketplace. And then the last of our 3 sort of focused approach, or our last block, is called business process automation. Now, we've realized that over the last couple of years that there's a big shortage of proper management of workflow and process automation between the frontline contact center environment and the back office businesses. And we've developed on exactly the same platform, a business process automation tool that links those 2 key business areas with each other and allows them to now tie communications-enabled notifications and business process automation within the tool, which means there's a far better control of the processes with regards to providing complete customer services to the customer base. Now, we've been in the market, as I said, for the last couple of years, 3 years in Africa. So our focus is primarily on how do we expand our market footprint in Africa. And I think we've been very successful in it, both from an on-premise as well as a cloud point of view. And I think that's a key differentiator for us. Our solution, the UC call center and business process automation, is in fact available on-premise. You own your own hardware, software and services, or you can just simply pay for it in the cloud, or hosted or a cloud solution, which means it gives us and our customers a lot more flexibility based on the procurement model that they want to follow. Now, traditionally, cloud or hosted solutions have been very slow to grow in the South African and specifically the African market due to all the legacy problems regarding infrastructure, bandwidth capacity issues, quality of bandwidth. And as you all know, typically bandwidth cost is very expensive in the African market, which means that a whole hosted cloud model where high pipes or big pipes is required in order to provide this functionality, specifically when you start talking about media types such as voice and video, becomes quite an expensive exercise. We've managed to develop our solution, our cloud solution, to allow for various flexible deployment models, which means that we can now deploy a cloud-based solution for a customer and actually manage to keep most of the high-volume media channels or media types, such as voice, on-premise, not having to leave the customer premise, and by default only linking to the cloud or linking the customer to the cloud to allow for data management or data traffic, and that makes a big difference when you get to paying for bandwidth or processing in that marketplace. We've been very successful in that model. In fact, today, globally, our cloud business is literally 52% of our total business growth. And even in Africa or South Africa, last year, 35% of all our new deals in South Africa have been cloud-based solutions. So that shows that the technology is there, it's starting to happen. We are starting to see that things like bandwidth prices are coming down, infrastructure bandwidth quality is improving, which means by default that we're now starting to see a bit of traction within that market space. This is great for Africa. I mean, our strategic partner in Africa, or specifically South Africa at the moment, is MTN. We host our cloud solution in MTN's data centers. And obviously MTN has got a massive footprint within Africa, and we're hoping to, within the next year or so, start expanding a local South African cloud or hosted model into the rest of the African market to make sure we start getting some footprint into that space. We obviously need to engage with our customers quite extensively when we start talking on cloud, because it's a new thing. So there's a lot of education, a lot of discussion, a lot of research must go in from the customer point of view when they start thinking about cloud and start moving into that cloud direction. And we, through various services that we offer, engage with our customers to make them understand the pros and cons, the advantages, the cost models, and making sure that they understand that there's got to be a clear strategy a clear business reason for them to move into this cloud world, rather than just doing cloud because the competitor is doing cloud. So we'll take them through the process, explain the pros and cons, advise them as to how to move towards that environment should they think it's required, and look at the different cost models around total cost of ownership, ROI models, because it's still, in many cases, when you look at the requirements within that customer, in some cases it definitely does not make sense to go to the cloud. In some cases it's not as much of a cost advantage, but more providing the customer with a whole host of flexible, agile business advantages which they never had in the past. So we literally look at all of those components and make sure that when they do engage with us in the cloud model or on the premise model, that they actually get a business value from our proposition. That they get the business value and the promises that was made up front is actually delivered within the environment. It's quite strategic that we drive cloud within Africa. It's the future. We want to make sure that South Africa and Africa is not falling behind within this model. It's adding a lot of value to large organizations in the marketplace. And we're actually seeing that when the traditional view that cloud is specifically only used by small to medium enterprises, that we're now starting to see very large organizations in even South Africa starting to invest in cloud models and actually moving their contact center solutions in the cloud platform. So we definitely see this as a strategic initiative for us moving forward, and I definitely hope that by looking at this video clip you can engage with us and we'll be able to assist you in that environment. Deon Scheepers, thank you very much for watching.